He's on his way back. And so right now what we did is we took off the rear drive shaft. This is what it looked like. So now that I have it off, I'm just gonna clean it up, paint it again, maybe some better paint this time, and hopefully it stays. But the main reason why I took this off is since it's now front wheel drive, I wanted to measure the angle of the diff along with the viscous coupler, just to see if I could get it better in line. And I believe there's a noise coming from the rear diff right here. I think I broke it, or it's the original S1 plates, so it's kind of noisy. So I took everything off to make sure the noise is coming from the diff, because I'm just going to buy that new black off plate that they sell and just rebuild this diff or the other one. And I still have to weld the center shaft that's inside the unit, so hopefully that will get rid of that little play and that noise I'm hearing. So that's the angle for this one, for the viscous coupler. In the center spot, say 82, from 81.9 to 82.1. So let's see what the back is. .2, so it is not that far off for just throwing it together. So that's about 80.9, so say 81, so it's about a degree off, so it's not that bad. But best part about this, when I put this back in, I could always adjust this to tilt it up a little bit to get it more in line with that one. But yeah, I'm thinking that's definitely a problem. I'm thinking the rear diff is definitely a problem, because when I blew out the first diff, this is starting to make the same noise. So yeah. So taking the car for a spin. This is with a built motor. I took the drive shaft out. It sounds as if the noise is coming from the rear diff, which is what I wanted to confirm. You probably hear it's like metal touching. That's just I guess that's a plate spinning. So yeah, that's now that I know what the problem is, I can fix it. The clunking in the front is the Heim joints in the traction bar. So I'm either gonna, I guess, get a new traction bar from Innovative, or see if I could just live with it, because this Heim joint is adjustable on both ends, the front and the one next to the control arm. The one that Innovative sell is only adjusted from the front of the traction bar. So I don't know if I want to just go back to that, but I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna test it out, see what happens, and figure stuff out. But for right now, just driving not bad. I'm just taking it easy, light boost. Just trying to break in the motor for a little bit before I start doing things stupid. But I'm gonna switch out the water to antifreeze soon, since winter's almost here. And then once that's done, I guess see if I get the fuel tech. Yeah, I'll be honest, man. I want the FT700, but I ain't gonna lie to you. YouTube is not paying enough that I could go spend $3,000, $4,000 in the ECU right now for this car. So I might just end up getting the 55, the FT550. Because at least that's decent to do what I need to do. Clean up the harness, run the new setup with the bigger ejectors and everything. So a little high-pitched noise in the back. That's the noise I'm trying to get rid of. So right now we're working on the manifold, trying to figure out how to mount this rail onto the actual manifold itself. because this is the factory one, which I don't really want to run since I have the AEM. So if I could run this one, I think it'd be a little nice, something like that. So I gotta figure out how to make a bracket to mount it and bolt everything together. So today's a nice day. It's about 55 degrees. So this is gonna be the last day I'm driving this car for the year. So I'm just taking a quick spin to make sure everything's good. Hopefully next spring hits, I'll be able to just put everything in the way it should be. Hopefully by then I should have the transmission back. ECU situation worked out, and just a lot of stuff. So my main thing is I want to fix the suspension. It has a little shuddering every time. I know it's I think it's the traction bar. I think I just got to change the whole thing. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take it for a quick spin, carry you guys along, and hopefully everything goes well. Oil pressure is good. This is kind of lean, but I'm just, breaking the engine in, no boost. And this is the power steering. So I think there's a little noise that it's making. See if you can hear it. I think that's the noise on the back of the quick disconnect. There's a setup the way I had it where there's a spring in order to make the horn work, but I have no horn right now. But in order to make the horn work, I put like a little fitting on the brass section of the quick disconnect. I think that's what's making the noise. I think I made it too tight, so I just have to take it off, loosen it up, and that should fix that noise problem. But besides that, I like this one because it's more neutral, like a normal feel, versus the original one that I had, versus the original power steering unit I had, which was the Volvo. That one to me was too much input, so whenever you use it, was very, very sharp. So this one is more of a natural feel, so that's the reason why I'm keeping this. Hear that high pitched whining sound. That's the rear diff. So that's something I definitely gotta take care of in the back. The coilovers definitely gotta get changed, and the front traction bar. I think once I do all of those, then the car should be driving a little straighter and a little bit more confident, inspiring. That, and I had to put a sway bar in for the rear because I do think that's, whenever I was on the highway, it does get a little squirrely in the back, and I could definitely feel it versus before. So definitely have to put a rear sway bar back in. This car is very, very squirrely since it doesn't have a full alignment. So yeah, whenever you're hitting it, you gotta be careful because this thing will do whatever the hell it feels like doing. It's all over the place sometimes. So, but overall though, it is definitely a fun car to drive. So I'm not mad at it. Once I fix these little few issues, I think we should be good. So it's a good proof of concept. Now the built motor is in, I'm just breaking in the mileage. Right now I have 4 miles on this built system. So it's not really much, but hopefully going forward next year, maybe get a little 200, 300 on it, fix the alignment, fix all those issues. Then I could just take it out to get tuned again with a new transmission and everything. So hopefully that fixes all these little problems I have. something in the suspension because it's still popping. It's new engine, new motor mounts, new rack, and new transmission. The only thing that's still constant is the traction bar. So that has to be the only thing that's making the noise, those high noise. Everything else is new exhaust, everything. So that's the last piece that's still left. So it has to be that. So I'm just taking it for a nice little cruise, not too crazy. Actually, I'm just, because I'm going to put it up for today. This is the last drive, so I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun with it. And that's it. Sticky trying to run me. Ah well. I messed up this motor. Very usual sight. So I'm wrapping her up for the winter. Hopefully when spring hits, I'll be able to hit the ground running with this thing and everything will be fine. I know, came a long way this year. Let's do a little collage of what it was when the year started to where it is now. Everything is running, new engine is in, water pump is in, and of course steering wheel, the gauge pods, the shifter, everything is back together looking like a decent car now. So yeah, doesn't look like much happened, but good amount of work was done.